Virgo, listen closely. April 15th, 2025 is your moment. Not next year, not someday. It's happening now. According to powerful astrological alignments and long-standing prophetic insights, including one boldly linked to Nostradamus, this date marks a rare window where your path to wealth, success, and personal evolution opens wide. Why does it matter? Because on April 15th, Jupiter enters a powerful position in your financial sector. Mars charges your relationships and partnerships with new fire, and Mercury, your ruling planet, sharpens your mind like a blade. If you've been quietly putting in the work, staying patient, staying focused, this is when your results show up. This is not about chance. It's about alignment meeting action. But it only works if you're present and proactive. So right now, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single opportunity we reveal this month. And comment below, I welcome growth and harmony into my life. Because with those words, you shift your energy from waiting to receiving. Let's get into how April 15th could become the day your entire life turns a corner. Part 1. The cosmic setup. What makes April 2025 so special? April 15th, 2025 isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a moment of rare celestial synergy, especially for Virgo. Let's break this down simply. First, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, is positioned in your second house of finance and self-worth. This house governs how you earn, spend, and value yourself. When Jupiter moves through here, it doesn't just bring money. It brings opportunity, recognition, and long-term stability. If you've been working hard behind the scenes, this transit acts like a spotlight, finally hitting your efforts. Next, Mars is in your 7th house, the realm of partnerships, collaboration, and agreements. This fiery placement pushes you toward bold action in your relationships, both personal and professional. It's a powerful time to negotiate deals, start a joint venture, or even say yes to a connection you've hesitated on. Mars demands courage, but rewards decisiveness. And of course, Mercury, your ruling planet, is in a supportive angle, sharpening your clarity and strategic thinking. This helps you make smart decisions fast, perfect for grabbing time-sensitive opportunities with full confidence. Now let's make it real. A Virgo client of mine, let's call her Linda, had a nearly identical alignment in 2013. She had just lost her job, but instead of panicking, she launched a small home-based design service during a Mercury-Jupiter-Mars configuration. Within 8 months, she landed a contract with a boutique hotel chain. That low point became the launch pad for her 6-figure career. These alignments are not just random. They are divine signals for action. But here's the key. They only work when you move with them. You can't receive what's yours if you're standing still or doubting the timing. April 15th is a door. Not everyone will walk through it. But if you do, with intention, preparation, and belief, what's on the other side could redefine your entire future. Part 2. Financial breakthrough. The gateway to prosperity. April 2025, especially the 15th, marks more than a spike in financial luck for Virgo. It signals a shift in how you think about wealth. This is not just about accumulating money. It's about aligning your values with your financial goals and understanding that true prosperity begins with clarity, not chance. Let's start with the spiritual side of things. Many people talk about manifesting wealth as if it's a wish whispered into the universe. But real manifestation requires more than intention. It requires action rooted in alignment. To attract abundance, you need to first believe you're worthy of it. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is gifted with logic, structure, and the ability to break big dreams into practical steps. And in April 2025, that gift becomes your financial superpower. From a practical standpoint, Jupiter in your second house is like a green light from the universe to expand your earning potential. But Rahu's presence in your 8th house sends a caution. Avoid shiny shortcuts and fast money schemes. They'll tempt you, but they lack the roots to grow. The energy now favors long-term investments, steady returns, and skill building. Consider this real story. A woman named Sarah, a Virgo in her early 50s, faced a financial turning point in 2021. She had been a teacher all her life, careful with money, but never quite confident in investing. When a friend introduced her to cryptocurrency, she didn't jump in immediately. Instead, she spent 6 months studying it, reading, attending webinars, and journaling her thoughts. Then, she cautiously entered the market with a small, manageable portfolio. By 2023, Trang not only grew her portfolio but also started a small online group for women over 40 who wanted to learn about digital assets. By 2024, she was coaching dozens of women on how to navigate finances with clarity and caution, not hype. What made her success sustainable wasn't luck. It was mindset, discipline, and inner alignment with her values. This is the kind of transformation April 15th brings. Not a lottery ticket, but a real path to lasting wealth if you walk it with purpose. So, Virgo, ask yourself, what does wealth mean to me? What do I truly value? Answering those questions is more powerful than any stock tip or market trend. Because when your financial strategy flows from your inner truth, you stop chasing wealth and start building it. Part 2. Financial Breakthrough, the gateway to prosperity. Wealth isn't just numbers in your bank account. It's the freedom to live in alignment with your deepest values. For Virgo, April 15th, 2025 isn't just about a financial spike. It's an energetic invitation to redefine wealth from the inside out. On a spiritual level, wealth manifestation begins with clarity. You can't manifest abundance from confusion or fear. The universe responds not to desperation, but to focused intent. Virgos are uniquely gifted with this kind of inner discipline. Your ability to analyze, organize, and stay grounded allows you to take inspired ideas and turn them into action. But here's the caution. Rahu sits in your 8th house, a powerful placement, but one that warns against illusions and shortcuts. That get-rich-quick crypto ad or the too-good-to-be-true business proposal? Be careful. Not all opportunities are aligned with your truth. Instead, focus on long-term strategies that match your values and risk tolerance. Take, for example, Cynthia, a 54-year-old Virgo from Colorado. For decades, she worked as a nurse, steady, dependable, and cautious with money. In 2021, during the crypto boom, her nephew introduced her to blockchain technology. She was intrigued, but skeptical. Rather than jump in blindly, Cynthia did what a true Virgo would. She studied. She enrolled in a free online course on cryptocurrency fundamentals, then attended virtual meetups, slowly building her confidence. After 6 months, she invested a modest sum, not chasing hype, but focusing on long-term coins with strong fundamentals. Today, Cynthia leads a small online group for women over 50 who want to understand financial technology without fear. She doesn't promise overnight riches. Instead, she teaches patience, research, and alignment. Her wealth didn't just grow, it transformed. Why? Because she combined practicality with purpose. Virgo, that's your blueprint. Don't follow the crowd. Build your own system. Let your investments reflect who you are. Intentional, precise, values-driven. In April 2025, the stars align to amplify what you believe you're worthy of receiving. So believe big, but move smart. Wealth is not just waiting. It's ready for you to claim it, with clarity, not chaos. Part 3. Virgo's greatest strengths, in April. Mind over matter. If April 15th is the opportunity, then you, Virgo, are the instrument. And what makes you powerful in this moment isn't luck. It's the deep strengths you've always had. Discipline, analysis, and an eye for detail that sees what others miss. While some signs thrive in chaos, you don't just survive it, you organize it. Because for Virgo, chaos is not the end. As the saying goes, chaos is just unorganized opportunity, and no one is more skilled at untangling that chaos than you. Your mind is your greatest asset this month. While others get swept up in emotion or distraction, you stay grounded. You break problems into parts, you spot weak points, and you build systems that last. And in April 2025, that clarity becomes your compass in a noisy world. Let me tell you a story. In rural Ohio, there's a 68-year-old man named Robert, Virgo through and through. After retiring from factory work, most of his peers slowed down, but Robert saw an opportunity in something messy: his family's run-down old barn and a pile of unused tools. Instead of tossing it all, he created a plan. He turned the barn into a small woodworking workshop. At first it was just birdhouses and benches, but he applied what he knew best: structure, inventory tracking, time management, weekly goals. Within a year, he had brought his sons and grandchildren into the business. What started as clutter became a thriving family venture at the farmer's market. Robert didn't move fast. He moved intentionally. That's the Virgo way. So as April 15th approaches, ask yourself, where is the mess in my life right now? Because that mess might be raw material for your next breakthrough. Your mind isn't just sharp, it's transformational. In a world chasing quick fixes, your gift is strategy, structure, and sustained effort. This month, lean into it. The stars are giving you space to turn your quiet strengths into loud success. Part 4. Relationships and emotional growth. In April 2025, Venus dances into your 5th house, the realm of romance, emotional expression, and creative joy. For Virgo, a sign often known for rationality over romance, this transit is a gentle nudge. Open your heart, not just your calendar. This isn't about dramatic love stories or whirlwind emotions. It's about authentic connection, the kind that deepens trust, heals old wounds, and reminds you that love isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. For Virgos in long-term relationships, this is the perfect time to refresh emotional intimacy. You don't need grand gestures, you need presence. A quiet walk, a shared meal with no distractions, a handwritten note reminding your partner why you chose them. These small things speak louder than words. Venus invites you to create joy again, not just routine. For those who are single, this month encourages you to shift your mindset. Stop asking, when will I find someone? And instead ask, am I emotionally ready to receive love when it comes? Because love doesn't arrive when you're looking. It arrives when you're ready. Consider the story of Frank, a 74-year-old Virgo from Oregon. He lost his wife of 40 years and had resigned himself to a life of solitude. But in April 2021, on a night lit by a full moon, he joined a local poetry group just to get out of the house. That evening, he read one of his late wife's favorite poems. A woman in the audience approached him afterward, saying it was her favorite too. They began meeting weekly, first for poetry, then for coffee, then for long walks. 2 years later, they travel together, volunteer at the local library, and host small dinner nights for neighbors. Frank didn't search for love. He became open to it. And that changed everything. So Virgo, let this month soften you. Let it remind you that love isn't about fixing or controlling. It's about creating space for it to flourish. In April, love doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be real. And that starts with you being ready. Part 5. Health, Energy, and Mindfulness. Virgo, you plan your life with detail, structure, and care. But how often do you treat your health, physical, mental, and emotional, with that same level of attention? April 2025 is not only a time for external success, but a deep reminder. Health is the invisible wealth that powers everything else. You cannot build an empire, fall in love, or pursue your purpose if your body is exhausted, your mind is cluttered, or your heart is heavy. Let's break it down into 3 pillars. 1. Physical. Diet, movement, and rest. With Mars pushing you to expand, it's easy to overexert. But now, more than ever, you need to fuel your body wisely. Prioritize fresh, clean foods. Hydration is non-negotiable. And cut down stimulants if they're draining your sleep. Movement doesn't need to be intense. It needs to be consistent. Morning walks, gentle yoga, even gardening. Virgo thrives on rhythm. Let your body find that flow again. Sleep is where your system resets. If you've been running on low energy or burnout, this is your month to correct course. Make rest part of your plan, not a reward after achievement. 2. Mental. Stillness. Boundaries. Breathing. A Virgo mind is powerful, but it can also spiral. Overthinking, overanalyzing, overcommitting. Meditation doesn't have to be complex. 5 minutes of focused breathing, before bed or in the morning, can shift your whole nervous system. Even journaling 3 things you're grateful for can rewire stress into serenity. Learn to say no without guilt. Every yes to something draining is a no to your peace. 3. Emotional. Release, connection, and forgiveness. You often hold emotions close, not wanting to burden others. But holding it in doesn't make it disappear. It makes it heavier. Try journaling when emotions get stuck. Speak with a trusted friend or therapist. Find a safe space where your truth can breathe. And most importantly, forgive yourself for pushing too hard, for breaking down, for not always getting it right. Emotional healing starts with compassion. Let me tell you about Janelle, a 47-year-old Virgo from California. For years, she struggled with autoimmune issues, fatigue, inflammation, digestive distress. Doctors offered pills. But her breakthrough came when she looked inward. She eliminated processed foods, added gentle movement, practiced daily breathwork, and joined a women's wellness circle. In 1 year, her symptoms nearly vanished. But what truly changed wasn't just her body. It was her self-respect. She learned that caring for her health wasn't selfish. It was sacred. Virgo, this is your invitation. To pause. To heal. To remember that success means nothing if you're too tired to enjoy it. In April, take care of the vessel carrying you forward. Because when your body, mind, and heart are aligned, you become unstoppable. Part 6. Action Plan. Practical steps for April 2025. Virgo, your strength lies not just in dreaming, but in building. And April 2025 is your golden window to turn ideas into reality. But energy without direction is scattered. So here's your step-by-step guide to make this month your launch pad. Step 1. Create a vision board. Take 1 hour this week. Cut out images, write down quotes, sketch dreams, whatever inspires you. Place it somewhere you'll see it daily. This isn't about fantasy. It's about focusing your frequency. When your mind sees the goal every day, your actions naturally align. Step 2. Start a manifestation journal. Write down your top 3 goals for April. Under each goal, write why it matters to you. Then, write what small action you'll take each week to move closer. Don't underestimate the power of writing. It's how intention becomes direction. Step 3. Track your progress. Use a simple notebook or digital tracker. Every day record what you did to honor your goals. Even 10 minutes matters. Progress isn't perfection, it's consistency. Step 4. Connect with people. Success doesn't happen in isolation. This month, challenge yourself to network. Join an online community, attend a local event, or simply reach out to someone you admire. One conversation can change your path. One relationship can open a door you didn't know existed. Now let me share a quick story. Maria, a 28-year-old Virgo from New Jersey, was stuck in a job she didn't love. In March 2022, she wrote down 5 career goals, made a vision board with images of her ideal workspace, and committed to reaching out to 1 new contact a week. By mid-April, she was invited to a virtual workshop and met a mentor who later referred her for a role at a nonprofit. Today, she's leading youth programs and says, "It all started with writing it down." Virgo, this is your mantra for April. Don't just wish, work the wish. Planning without action is procrastination. Action without clarity is chaos. But planning plus presence, that's your power. Use April 2025 wisely, and the seeds you plant now will bloom far beyond what you imagined. Part 7. Spiritual Guidance and Manifestation Rituals. Virgo, your spiritual power lies in your ability to bring order to the unseen. You don't just feel energy, you organize it. And this April, your connection to the universe deepens through mindful rituals that ground your spirit and elevate your intention. Let's begin with a guided meditation tailored for you. Virgo Grounding Meditation. Sit comfortably, back straight, hands resting gently on your knees. Close your eyes. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Visualize golden light rising from the earth into your spine. With each inhale, imagine this light organizing the scattered thoughts in your mind. With each exhale, release doubt, overthinking, and self-judgment. Whisper silently, "I am grounded, I am clear, I am ready." Stay in stillness for 5 minutes, allowing clarity to rise. Next, empower your evenings with nighttime affirmations. Affirm before sleep. I have done enough today. I release control and invite rest. The universe is guiding me with grace and precision. My dreams are aligned with my purpose. I welcome abundance into my body, mind, and life. Say these aloud or write them in a journal just before bed. Now let's take it deeper with a visualization ritual. Manifestation, visualization. Close your eyes and picture a moment in the near future. April 30th. You've just completed a month of bold action, mindfulness, and growth. Visualize yourself smiling, accomplished, supported. Feel it. See the people around you celebrating your growth. Now, zoom in. What are you holding? A contract? A letter? A new key? That's your symbol. Each morning, visualize holding that symbol with joy. Let it guide your decisions. Finally, a true story from Florida. A group of 5 retired Virgo women began a new moon club during the pandemic. Every month, they met under candlelight, shared intentions, meditated together, and journaled. One found love, another reconnected with her estranged daughter. A third paid off debt. They call it their moon table. And they believe it worked because they showed up, not just once, but consistently. Virgo, your rituals don't need to be elaborate. They just need to be intentional. This month, trust that the universe hears your whispers, not your noise. And when your spirit is aligned, manifestation becomes inevitable. Part 8. Reframing Destiny. From Horoscope to Hero's Journey. Virgo, it's easy to fall into the belief that the stars decide our lives, that destiny is fixed, that a good or bad month is written in the sky, and all we can do is brace ourselves. But here's the truth. The stars don't command, they suggest. Astrology is not a sentence. It's a map, a guide, a mirror. And just like any map, it's useless unless you choose to walk the path. To illustrate this, let me share a Buddhist parable. A farmer's horse ran away. His neighbors said, "How unlucky." The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with 3 wild horses. "How lucky," they said. "Maybe," he replied again. Later, his son broke his leg while taming one. "Terrible misfortune," the neighbors cried. The farmer simply said, "Maybe." Days later, soldiers came to draft young men for war. His son was spared. The point? Life is not what happens, it's how you respond to it. The stars may bring wind, but you decide whether to set sail or stay ashore. So this April 2025, don't just be a reader of horoscopes. Be the author of your own forecast. Use the cosmic guidance as a compass, not a cage. Let your decisions, your courage, and your consistency define the outcome. Because in the end, Virgo, it's not the alignment of planets that determines your success. It's the alignment between your heart, your vision, and your actions. Virgo, let's be clear. April 2025 isn't just a chapter in your story. It's the plot twist. The moment where all the quiet effort, the overlooked sacrifices, the silent growth, finally lead to something real. The stars are aligned, yes, but more importantly, so are you. This month invites you to rise in every sense, in finances, with grounded strategy, not fleeting hype, in mindset, by turning your quiet strengths into loud results, in love, by being emotionally available, not just present, in health, by caring for your vassal as your most valuable asset, in action, by planning, connecting, and showing up day by day. And through it all, remember, the universe whispers, but you choose the volume. It gives signs, but you write the response. So Virgo, step into April 15th, not as someone waiting to be lucky, but as someone ready to claim what they've prepared for. If this video spoke to your soul, do one thing now. Like, subscribe, and comment below. I am ready to rise in April. Because that one sentence, that's your declaration, your line in the sand, your first step toward everything you've quietly dreamed of. This is your month, Virgo, and the story is yours to write.